Hi Elementary D, happy Wednesday. This is actually your only science class of this week because Friday we don't have classes because we have a holiday. So you are stuck with me just one time this week, Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. We are going to keep talking about plants like we have been for the last couple weeks, but we're also going to start talking about the scientific method, which you guys can see right here. We are going to do an experiment. Now, normally we'd be doing the experiment in class, but since we're not in class, I'm going to do it and film everything, and you guys are going to get to see what happens. So, the very first part of the scientific method, this is how you think like a scientist, is asking a question. Pick something you're curious about. So, I was curious about plants, right? Because we're learning about plants. So, this is my question. Will a plant live if I give it something besides water? So we all know that plants need water to live, but what about if I give a plant Coca-Cola? Or what about if I feed a plant orange juice? What would happen then? Would it live? Would it die? What would happen? Okay, that's my question. That's something I'm interested in, so I am going to study it. I'm going to create an experiment, okay? So, number 2 is hypothesis. I know you guys have heard this word before, but we're going to use it again, okay? Make an educated guess at your question's answer. Okay, so what will happen if I give a plant something besides water? Okay, I'm going to say that I think a plant would die if I gave it Coca-Cola or vinegar instead of water. You guys know what Coca-Cola and vinegar are? I'll put some pictures right up here on the screen. Coca-Cola, I'm sure you know. Right there. And vinegar is this. Yeah? Okay. It sounds very similar in Spanish. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to use 4 plants. So we're going to have 4 plants in our experiment. One, I'm going to give a little bit of water every single day. The next one, I'm going to give Coca-Cola every day, vinegar, and then the 4th one, no water, no Coca-Cola, no vinegar, nothing. Okay? So we have to have a plant that's sort of like a control plant. So we're going to use 4 plants, and right here you can see what I'm going to feed them each day. So I have now gone through steps 1, 2, and 3 of the scientific method. The question here, what would happen if I gave a plant something besides water? The hypothesis, okay, which we kind of made right here. I think the plants are going to die, okay? I think this one's going to live, the water one, and I think these 3 are probably going to die. But we have to find out, right? We're scientists. And then number 3, make an experiment. Make a plan and test your hypothesis. So this is my plan. Okay, remember I told you guys how I was going to feed them every day for 7 days. Okay, so as I put right here, this is the plan. So right here on number 3 under experiment, it says make a plan and test your hypothesis. So here is our plan. Every day for 7 days, okay? And again, I'm going to film all of this for you guys so you'll get to see what it would look like if we were doing it in class. But instead we're going to do it virtually. You can see, in order to be able to collect the data, which is step number 4, I'm going to have to make 4 different data tables. Because for each one, I have to measure how tall the plant is, okay, that's the height, the number of leaves, and the color of the leaves or the plant, okay, for 7 days. So that's just for number 1, okay? That's just for the plant with water. I also have to do one for the plant with Coca-Cola, the plant with vinegar, the plant with nothing, okay? So looks like I'm going to have some homework too. I have to do all of these and every day measure all of these things for 7 days. And then we're going to be able to tell what effect this Coca-Cola, vinegar, or no water has on our plant. Alrighty, Elementary D. I brought you down here to see my plants. Okay, these are my 4 little plants, and I'm going to start feeding them today. Okay, so I actually just got them this morning. I'm going to feed them, one of them Coca-Cola, one of them vinegar, one of them water, and one of them nothing. Okay, so those are the 4 little plants that we are going to be using for the experiment. So every day for 7 days, I'm going to take this video so you guys will know what's going on with the plants. There they are. And all the other plants. All right, so now your homework is a little different than mine. Actually, I think a little easier. You guys are going to do an individual work labeled, How Do Plants Eat? Okay, we're kind of talking about feeding a plant different things besides just water. So, this is going to be your homework. You're going to send me a video, less than 1 minute, over Class Dojo, telling me 2 things. So in your video, you have to talk about 2 things, okay? The first one is, what is your hypothesis? Which of the plants will die or live? Remember, I made my hypothesis. I said that the plant with water is going to live. And the other 3 are probably going to die, right? That's what I think is going to happen. You guys are going to tell me what you think is going to happen, okay? So, what's your hypothesis? Like, I think that the plant with vinegar is going to live past the 7 days. Or I think the plant with no water is going to turn brown. Whatever you think, you need to tell me. That's part of your video. The second part of your video is number 2. How do plants eat? Now that seems really weird, right? Do plants eat like we do? Do they like chew up their food? No, they don't. But I gave you these 2 pictures over here as a hint. Okay, these are flowers. And this is lettuce, okay? And they're all put in different colored water. Okay, look at this. The plants didn't start out this color. They were put in this water. So based off of these 2 pictures, how do you think that plants eat? And remember, you know the names of all the plants. You know leaves, stem, roots, flower. You should know at least those 4. Okay, so you need to tell me in your video 2 things. What is your hypothesis of the plants that I'm going to plant and feed Coca-Cola, water, vinegar, or nothing? And number 2, how do plants eat? Now, number 2, I haven't really told you the answer, okay? So don't be so worried about getting it right. You need to just tell me, what do you think? Just like we would do in class. If I said, class, who thinks they know how plants eat? Okay, you'd raise your hand and tell me what you think, right? You're not graded on it. I want to know what you think based off of these 2 pictures right here, okay? I will see you guys next Wednesday for science. So I'm going to do this experiment for 7 days, and next Wednesday you guys will get to see what happened, okay? I will see you guys later. Goodbye, Elementary D. I missed you all so much.